Hello, everyone. My name is Faye, and we're going to be taking psychology and personnel management today. So it's not a difficult thing. Don't even, it's not stressful. Just sit back. Know that you're dealing with an organization. Sit back and relax and listen. So, yes, in the introduction, we're going to describe what this course is all about. I'm going to refer to it a lot as PM. I mean, I know there's the other P, but like most of what we're going to be talking about is personnel management, so I'm going to refer it a lot as PM. And this is all about achieving the overall objectives of business organizations through effective coordination of their human resource. So what is human resource? Human resource, of course, are the humans working in like the organization, so the employees. If there is no effective coordination of these employees, organizations that are set for a particular purpose, how will they meet it? Okay, now for example, I have Feyalabella that I run, and it is supposed to make Adire clothes, right? If I don't have someone making the Adire, if I don't have someone sewing the Adire, if I don't have a marketer, if I don't have a sales agent, if I don't have all of these people, how will the organization run? If I now have these people and I do not have effective coordination of all of them to achieve the goal of making Adire and making profit, keeping the organization relevant, then what are we doing? So yeah, that's what personnel management is basically doing. It is concerned with the application of psychological principles. The major things we're taught that psychology is meant to do: observe, explain, predict, and modify behavior. So you are bringing all of those principles in psychology as an entire course into this particular branch of psychology. So it's bringing all of those principles to practice, human resource practice management. Basically, that's what it is, and it examines the nature of traditional PM, traditional personnel management, with the evolving contemporary human resource management practices. So two things: I want you to know personnel management on one hand, and then know HRM on the other hand. So what does HRM mean? Human resource management. So I'll also be using this term a lot, this abbreviation HRM a lot. So personnel management is the one that sees employees as just another factor of production. They're just the way we have land, the way we have raw materials. Personnel management says, oh, humans are just a necessary resource that we must also have to run the organization. You just hold that thought. I know what you're thinking. But human resource, on the other hand, is evolving, and it says, oh, these people that are working in our company, these people working in our organization, they are the best assets we have. If we have all the technology of the world, if there is no human to operate it, it won't work. If we have all the facilities, we have the entire land in the world as our business operations place, without humans, it will be useless. So they are saying that human resource here in HRM, humans are valuable assets owned by the company or by the organization. Why PM is just saying, oh, human resource, so you are just another resource needed for the organization to move forward. You can see the difference. Just hold your thoughts. We are still going to dissect it out. So there is no way we are going to talk about personnel management that we won't talk about organization, because everything we are learning here is for organization. Notice that this is the British spelling. We use the British English here. The American spelling uses Z, but for our scholars that want to say she doesn't know how to spell it, this is the British English. So the nature of organization is it's not complex, it's detailed, it's chronological, it has step by step. Like what makes an entire organization goes step by step, and we'll be explaining that now. Organizations are set up for specific purpose, to fulfill a need, to render a service, to provide something. Like there is a reason an organization exists. Back to using Feyalabella, I want to make Adire from the organization Feyalabella. So what is the purpose of my company? It is to create Adire clothes, right? So if I just want to make Feyalabella because of creating a company, they will ask me now, Shebi, I want to go and register company. They will ask me what I want to use it for, what am I doing with it, where am I going, how do I plan to, all these strategy, all these objectives of organizing or making a company work, like what are my objectives? They will ask all these questions. People will ask me, what does your company do? Oh, I run a company. What's the name? That's the first question. What do you do? How do you do it? All these questions are what we're going to answer in this part. And organizations are set for specific purposes that are captured into vision and mission statements, right? So we have vision here. There are two different things, and we have, just permit me to write mission here because we are heading somewhere. Just stay with me. Now, vision statement. Same thing here. This organization, I want to make Adire. In the next 5 years, I want to be a household name. That is my vision. Where I see my company, where I see myself in another 2 to 5 years. Do you understand? But mission statement is, how do I want to do this? What steps do I want to take to achieve, see myself as a household name, see my pieces, my clothing in every Nigerian woman's wardrobe? How do I want to achieve that? What steps am I taking? How do I want to get to this point? That's what mission statement is saying. So organization is captured into these two, mission and vision statements. So that's, you understand. I hope you do. And it is now translated into specific objectives. Now this mission is, how do you want to get to where you are going to? That way you have strategic objective. Okay, so first we have to source for fabrics. I will be using Feya Labella a lot because this course is helping me also redefine so many things within my business I'm currently running. So if I know that I want to do something and get somewhere in the next 5 years, this one, mission, okay, I'm on a mission, how am I going to do it? My strategic objectives will now be, okay, first I have to source for fabrics. Okay, first I have to know who is selling the fabric I want to buy, who targets my kind of business, or I want to meet fashion designers that know how to interpret and execute my own kind of designs. All of these strategic objectives. Okay, firstly, find a fabric source. Secondly, find a fabric dealer. Thirdly, find a fashion designer. You know, next thing, go to, okay, let's even say I am the creative director. Next thing, go to who is going to market it, how you are going to sell, what manner of sales, like how do you want to eventually sell these pieces off. So all these things are the strategic objectives that make up your mission statement, and in turn makes up your vision and like organizational goals eventually. Let me put some goals here, since we're already explaining more than. Then this would further be broken down into units and departments. So look at this now. You need the HR department, you need IT department, you need admin department, you need different departments to make an organization run. If you don't know what you are doing and how you want to do it and where you see yourself, can you have a unit or department? No. So it is from knowing this to this to this. You can see how the breakdown is. It's by knowing your vision statement first, then your mission statement, or the mission, why the organization is running in the first place. Your objective is how, the way you want to get things done that you have already said here, the things that you want to get done here, the way you want to get them done. Then you now break it down into the departments that will make up this organization, into the department that will now say, okay, you doing this will now bring the organization to continued survival. We are still coming there. But lastly, we have under the branch of organization, or how the organization runs, is now job roles. You have all these plenty departments. Who is going to do the work? Is it that you just want to put a tag on an office and say, oh, this is HR department? Who is going to be there? That is where human resource now comes in. These job roles is what we are looking at, to look at this, you can see that it is a step-by-step thing. Although this is the end unit, this is the unit, the smallest unit of the organization, the job roles, but it all started from having an organization and having goals set for the organization. Do you understand? Like all the way to job roles. So there's that. it is now the work of PM to now attract, it is this PM as a discipline that now attract competent people to take up these job roles in order for this to be successful, this to be successful, this to be successful, and then overall goals will be achieved or attained. So far, I hope I have not lost you. If I have, just go back quickly to the video. It's nothing difficult at all. Just think of all these steps and the things that they do at every point in time. All of this is so that organizational goals will be met. That's a quick summary. So organizations must achieve their set goals for continued survival and success. If these guys, the major first thing, the organizational goal, the reason why the organization was set up, if it does not achieve its goal, how are you going to pay employees? How are you going to pay rent? How are you going to buy machines? How are you going to expand? If you do not have your goals met, there is no survival for the company. That is why you hear, oh, this company crashed. It is because everything did not work. So the final thing that is the organizational goals are not met. PM is that discipline that makes sure, that these people that is attracting and managing are going to make sure that everything here, organizational goals here, it is achieved. And if this organization does not achieve its goals, there's no survival, there's no success, nothing at all. There will be a close-up of a shutting down of the company. So the achievement of now these organizational goals depends on the alignment between two things. Give me a minute. We've talked about the breakdown of organization. So in order for these organizational goals to be met, there are two things. On one hand, this is one hand, and then the second hand. If these two things don't align, there won't be organizational goals. So on one hand, the strategic objectives and job roles must align with effective what's that word? Interpretation and execution. So for these organizational goals to be met, right? If you want to meet your organizational goals, you want to have success and continued survival in your organization, these two have to be aligned. Your strategic goals, remember our strategic goals in those steps, and job roles, the smallest unit of the organization, that is the roles that are going to be filled by the employees. If they are not in alignment, they are not in sync with the effective interpretation and execution of these roles, if they are not, if both of them, okay, now I give my tailor clothes to show, let me make a live example. I give my tailor's clothes and I say, sew long trouser for me. Do you understand? Yes, you can sew long trouser. Yes, of course, it's not the first time. Then the tailor interprets it as, oh, I will sew long trouser, but I want long trouser with pockets. Let's just say with pockets like cargo pants. Do you understand what cargo pants is? Yes, my tailor says yes and keeps nodding. But at the end of the day, they sew shokoto with rope, no single pockets, just plain trousers. I said one thing, organizational goals we want to achieve adherent cargo pants. Tailor is saying, oh yes, they understand, but they made only plain trousers. There has not been effective interpretation and execution. There was no proper execution of the goal that we want to sell cargo pants. Do you understand? So there must be an alignment between, fine, you can speak all this English in your organization, we are doing this, And the moment your employees don't even understand how to execute what you have laid down with their roles and their objectives, there's no point, because there won't be any company. Imagine this person now sew skirts from Alabele. You not be wondering, how is this skirt we say you should sew? But I thought, but is that what is going to bring the money? Because our customers are asking for cargo pants, so how are we going to do it? The goals will not be met. We might not be able to make sales. Fine, is it that we make sales from redesigning our marketing, our target audience and different things, which will cost time, cost money. So the point of achieving organizational goals, it depends on the alignment, the sync of this and this. Without these two being in sync, organizations, they will die. So we move on to also establish the fact that job requirements, number of human resources needed, and the quality of the human resource needed is also a major part that would help organization achieve their goals. Let me take that again. Job requirements. Understanding job requirements, number of employees needed, and the quality, the right caliber of employees. These three things would also, understanding how these three things work and the exact needs of the company through these three things is also what will make us achieve organizational goals. Now let's move forward. I've already done the process of job creation in the first step that I listed, so you already have an idea what that is. Then we have to define major concepts. These are definition of personnel management itself. What we've just talked about is what it is all about. So we are going to define personnel management, we are going to define human resource management, we are going to define, management even. So first is psychology. We all understand that psychology is the study of human and animal behavior and mental processes. This is the definition we've always had from the beginning of time, like the basic definition. But the aim in personnel management, in PM, is to understand, organize, direct, predict, and modify behaviors. You will understand why. So management now is the process of working with. Management, definition of management. It is a process, it's a process of working. Now this is organization that we are working. Of working with and through others. These are the key points in that particular definition. We are working with people, we are working through people, because a lot of factors, that human resource is very dynamic. It's not set in stone, it's not one. So we are working through others, we are working with others in an efficient and ethical manner to achieve organizational goals. Let me just put organizational goals here so that we'll know that everything points to it. Everything we are doing in this course points to organizational goals. So when you work with people and through people, it has to be efficient. Don't just waste your time. Everybody cannot just be sitting down and saying, oh, I'm busy, and then at the end of the day, nothing is being done. No service is rendered, no need is met, no purpose of the goal is achieved. Organizational goals will now be moving for, we didn't do this in this month, okay, next month we'll do it. Everybody is busy, but nobody's achieving anything. We have to avoid that. So that is what management does. Management is the process of working with and through others in an efficient and ethical. We can't just be acting anyhow. We are organized people. in PMO. We are organized people in psychology. Now talk of PM where you have official duties to like take on. So ethical manner to achieve organizational goals. According to Robbins, in short, there are two management definitions we'll be talking about. Robbins 1994 and Drucker 1987. So these two definitions are these two people defined definition management. According to Robbins, they said management is the total integrated effort at converting organization resources into accomplished tasks. All your effort of waking up in the morning, training, development, getting paid, doing little things extra for the good of the company, the best interest of the company. Everything you do, all the total integrated efforts of turning the organization's resources, whether it is money, training, skills, whatever the organization is providing for you, you are turning all of that into our achieved, accomplished goals or our organizational goals. Do you understand? You are converting all the resources with efforts into meeting these goals, into achieving these goals, into attaining these goals, accomplishing tasks. That's what Robin says. But now, Drucker now puts it in a slightly different way and says that it is defined as the specific practice that converts a mob. You already understand the meaning of a mob. A mob, they are directionless, they don't really have a purpose. When you see some people, there's a mob of people, you know that, okay, it's most likely going to be rowdy. But now, Drucker is saying the process or the practice of converting that mob into an effective, purposeful, and productive group is what management is. This guy is saying integrated effort converts. No, he's saying total integrated effort. To convert organizational resources into accomplished tasks. Accomplished organizational tasks, anyhow you want to write, just accomplished tasks that has been set down. Why this guy is saying the mob, a mob is a specific practice of a mob being converted into an effective purposeful and productive group. These are the two main definitions of management that we have and that we should remember. So, in order to explain what Robin said in another way, let me put something here for you that you should take note of. What are the resources an organization has? Organizational resources. Land. Human resource. Raw materials. Tech or IT, technology. What else? Capital. Convert all of these resources. These are what are called organizational resources. Land, human resource, raw materials, technology, capital. It converts all of that into quality products or services so that the organization will have more competitive advantage, increased competitiveness. this is what Robbins is saying. All of these resources that we have in an organization, you make all those integrated efforts that you total integrated effort that you have put in to use of these organizational resources into making quality products and thus increasing the organization's in competitiveness or competitive advantage amongst every other like competition that we have. So, and it is worthy to note that human resources is the most dynamic and most expensive organizational resource. This guy here, human resources, most expensive, most dynamic. It's never set in stone. You can't say what works for organization A will work for organization B. No, it is dynamic. It's ever changing. Do you get? So many factors are going to be included. So it is most dynamic and expensive resource of organization, and they need to be supported. Human resources have to be supported and nurtured so that they will be able to achieve full potential. If you have people that are working in their basic potential, the organization is not going to fly high. I mean, it might survive, but will it be successful? So you have to nurture them, you have to support them so that they do, they make your company a high-flying company. Next is to define personnel management. It is an aspect of management that involves estimating and classifying human resource requirements. Two things that PM does. PM, you can see PM here. It estimates and classifies it estimates and classifies human resource requirements. What is it estimating and classifying? Human resource requirements. Feyala Bella is a clothing company, right? If we need anything that has to do with table and chair, do we need to employ a carpenter? My business is not the core of my business is not woodwork. So why are we using a carpenter? Why do we have an in-house carpenter when it's not that everything we do is on wood? No, everything we do is on clothes. So it's the requirements for Feyala Bella is a fashion designer, somebody that sews, somebody that cuts, somebody that joins, all of that, somebody that does the design itself. But for a furniture making company, people that deal with interior design, of course they will need an in-house carpenter. Do you understand? So if you cannot estimate the kind of human resource you require, if you cannot classify them according to the organizational goals or organization that you're working with, then PM is useless. So the main thing PM does is estimate and classify these human resource requirements, and for meeting organizational goals, of course, you never forget this part, and also for coordinating the relationship of people at work. If nobody is coordinating the relationship, people are synonymous to relationship. Two people cannot be in the same place every day. Remember what we had in what's the name of that course that Dr. Mukoro took us on? Group dynamics. There was something about when you interact continuously, that triangle you drew, just you can refer back to it. Relationships is inevitable where people are, especially where they are coming to every day, Mondays to Fridays. The remaining 2 days is for you, okay, no problem. But Monday to Friday, you're at a particular place doing a particular job, meeting people and doing jobs with them. So they have to also coordinate the relationship of people at work. Then personnel management also seeks to attract and develop resourceful individuals. It doesn't stop here. They also attract and develop. This is one. This is two. Attract and develop resourceful individuals. You need to get the right people for your job to meet organizational goals, and you want to develop these individuals so that the effective organization which you are drawing them to will also look after their well-being and motivate them. In order to motivate them, you cannot just put people somewhere to work for you and you're not motivating them or you're not looking after them. It won't work. I mean, research has shown it's different. That is why there is a course, that's centered on personnel management, that is called personnel management. So you have to motivate them in order to perform at their best in the interest of the organization. If they are not performing their best for your organization, they might be doing it for other people. Maybe because you are not paying them well or you are not treating them right, the culture is wrong. They will do it for other places and they won't do it in your place. So there's that. Then human resource management now is this is the interesting part, my favorite part of PM is it doesn't just stop at the functions of PM. So what are the functions of PM? Functions, before I go, of PM, I use this an acronym, stack. Attracting the right clients, the right resource, human resource. Selecting out of your attraction, you should be able to select. Training, you should be able to train whoever it is you have employed so that they will do jobs better. Appraising, we are still going to treat all of this and then compensating. So these are functions of PM. Now, HRM, human resource management, goes beyond just this. Everything you can think of outside just this that PM does, excuse me, is what HRM takes the extra step. HRM goes further. So for HRM, we have, they do more like learning and development needs. Career progression, career pathing, change management, ethics, compensation and benefits management, organization development, organizational culture, management of vision, mission, and core values of companies. So many that they do that is a step further than just this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things that PM is focused on doing. So there's that. Then the differences between PM, and I told you that we're still going to talk about differences between PM and HRM, which is the main course that we're doing, is this is the part that I find very interesting because I almost fought, like why? But then we're getting better at it. PM, HR, the differences. Number 1, this guy is focused on division of labor. See, you do your job, you know your job, do it. That's what they are telling you. Don't poke nose. You already know that this is what you are meant to do. Do it, face it. But this guy emphasizes on teamwork. Oh yes, we employ so and so people for a department, this, that. But you have to synergize. Oh, IT departments won't just be working on their own and be going. Admin will not just be doing their own and be going. Marketing and then design to do their own. No, everybody should constantly synergize with each department, each unit of the organization, so that the teamwork, there will be easy flow from one job role to another, from one department to another. That way, organizational goals are met without so much difficulty. Do you understand? So the second one now, this guy is very transactional. I'm paying you for this. Do it. It is This one is transformational. Look at all the things we said it is doing aside from transformational. Look at all the things we are saying HRM goes further to do aside from ASTAC that this guy does. So this one, whatever I give you, use it to work. Input, output. Input should be equal to output. But this guy, he wants you to be better. HRM, they want you to be better. When you step into a job, you should come out better than when you enter that organization. That is their goal. So it is transformational, it develops you, it is very interested in your well-being. Thirdly, this guy says human resource is another factor of production, like land. Can you imagine? I do this in my notes too. Instead of me to just write, let me just write it down. Okay, factor of production. Let me now bring my notes ethics here. Okay, he's saying that the way we have land, the way we have capital, is the way we have labor, which is human resource. So human resource is another factor of production. It's just necessary because the organization has to move forward. They don't see human resource more than that. Can you imagine? But these guys, on the other hand, see employees as the most important assets that they have. Valuable assets, most important assets that the organization has. They treat them like that, so they see them like that. That's why they even go further than a start that this guy is doing. Can you see the difference between PM and HRM? Last but not the least, decision making is the prerogative of senior executives, senior members of the organization, senior people, the people at the top. So it is just their duty. They are the ones who make decision, come back and tell the rest. But these guys, it is participatory. All members are, decision making is thrown out to members. It is for members to decide, oh, let's hear your opinions, let's hear your feedback. Fine, even if the eventual decision making is still from the top guys, everybody's voice is heard. Everybody in the company participates towards a particular decision that is about to be made. Not like these guys that they don't even care whether you people, it affects you or not. They are doing their own, you people must do your own. That's how it is. So these are the major differences between HRM and PM. Okay, so last in this particular on this particular slide, we are going to be talking about HRD, which is human resource development. Now, what is human resource development? This is a key aspect of HRM. Human resource development. It is a key aspect of HRM. This is from HRM, do you get? It's a key aspect of HRM that deals with competence and capacity building. What does it deal with? It deals with competence plus capacity building. Towards improving employees' performance on current role or future job role. Now, the reason HRD is focused on competence and capacity building, it is towards improving employees' performance. This plus this should equate improved employee performance, improved employee performance on current role and even future role. That is why HRM does a lot more than what PM does. So if HRD is under HRM, of course, people will be transformed. So this will now mean that this HRD development now means that it deals with competence and capacity building in employees for towards improved employee performance on current roles and future job roles. So it's not just where they are at the moment, how they are moving forward, like the steps they are taking. Yeah, so that's about it for the first slide. I hope you, that's not about it. So the concluding part of this particular slide is the define trucker and its own definition of management. So to now achieve turning a mob into effective and purposeful and productive group, one needs to have a good understanding of human behaviors, mental processes in order to organize, direct, predict and modify behaviors towards achievement of organizational goals. Everything we are doing here is towards the achievement of organizational goals. That is what the entirety of personnel management, human resource management is about. So I made reference to it at the beginning that it is the application of psychological principles in an organization towards the achievement of organizational goals. That is what this entire thing is talking about. That's the focus on DROCA, like to turn the mob that I discussed into effective, productive and purposeful group. You have to understand principle and apply the principle. You have to understand psychology and apply the principles of psychology to achievement of organizational goals. That is why also personnel psychology is a subfield of applied psychology. We're not just doing theory here, we're practicalizing it. So everything that we are bringing from psychology and theory, we are practicing it, because now we have people that we are dealing with, people that we are working with and working through, ethically, effectively. Do you understand? So the first law, and I think other lecturers even mentioned it in their explanation, of course, the first law of psychology is that individuals are different. No two individual is the same. Individuals are different. All these tests that we do, test, retest, this, is so that we can know, we can see, and we actually do see the differences in the way people answer questions, the difference between A and B. Even if they are twins, no two people are the same. So the psychology first law is that individuals are different in their physical and psychological attributes, and this has an implication for achieving best fit in regards to job placement. You have to find the right people for the right job. Don't just think of their physical outlook. You have to know that this person psychologically meets the requirements for so and so job. Not just looking at a person that looks calm, or let's use the person that looks buff, that looks very big and huge, and the person maybe psychologically just wants to do something like IT, wants to do something in tech, and then you just say, oh, this person is good, the person will be good for physical stuff, the person will be good as a gym instructor. No, you have to measure, you have to identify both their physical and psychological attributes to know that, okay, they are fit for a job role or job requirements. And successful personnel management, successful PM, depends on the proper application of psychological principles in HRM practice. Stephanie, see that it's not hard. Nothing to worry about. Just remember these things. Everything we are doing here is towards achieving organizational goals. Thank you.